Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Meeple has landed.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Vitruvian Meeple's production of Echoes of the Undying. I am Trevor, the Vitruvian Meeple, your host and game master, here as always with Matt, Julie, Ray, Patrick, and ECAT. I'm still trying to get the new sequence in my head, so forgive me. We are here to continue Echoes of the Undying, which is our CYPHER system fantasy game. For those of you that weren't here last week, first of all, welcome. Welcome to the Vitruvian Meeple's channel. If you like what we do here, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment so that we actually know that you're out there. That would be really cool. So last time on Echoes of the Undying, having Zell, our neighborhood seducer and party face, managed to get his friends out of the jail on the condition that they go and clean up the mess they made in the Sleeping Dragon Inn. The inn being run also by a man named Ashin, who was also the head of the guard. Because go figure. Investigating, they discovered the Sleeping Dragon Inn to be unnaturally cold for that time of day. They heard some noises, investigated, eventually found their way downstairs where they found a break in the wall that led into a series of tunnels in caves. Following this, they were surrounded, shall we say, by two shambling packs of zombies, the Lost, those who have lost their way to the embrace of Arashki, the goddess of death, and instead found their lives reanimated in a sick parody of life at the hands of Ishun, the god of necromancy. So, when we left, they had just found, or rather the second group of zombies had just found them, so we are going to jump right into it and get back to this combat.
So are we surrounded or surrounded?
Yeah. Nice.
Hopefully not the latter. I mean,
Yep.
we don't have another game queued up.
Sounds
So,
like we
Matt,
all have to roll new characters.
Matt, that one shot you were working on, how
All
fast can you have it ready?
So, I will say, and I must mea culpa this, I was making the zombies a little harder than they had been. So we will be making them what they should have been all along for this combat. And at this point, we are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zombies are about to take their turns. 2 of them are in the same area as Hereward and Zahar. The other 3, along with a zombie screamer in each group, have found their way behind the team where we have Seraphina, Tequila, and Zell. So we're going to start with the 2 that are up there. So let's see. If I could have Hereward and Zahar, you each have 1 zombie lumbering towards you, attempting to snag and grab you and possibly, who knows, make you join the ranks. If you could each give me a speed defense difficulty 2.
Okie because that poll is looking really not good.
Mm-hmm.
We're not spending anything on it.
Good call. Okay. Excellent. So you both managed to evade the zombies. Hereward, you rolled pretty well there. How did Hereward duck that.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
And so it begins.
so it begins.
Yep.
He's currently raging, so I think it's just one of those instinctual, uh, just last second,
Yep.
just twitch out of the way.
Okay. And the other group of zombies, are going to make their way into the same vicinity as the rest of the party. They are, however, not going to get an attack because they're zombies and they're freaking slow. In fact, yeah. So that brings us to... Oh, no. Seraphina, it is your turn. You all of a sudden are surrounded by 4 zombies, one of whom looks a little bit greener and probably a little bit buffer than the other 3. The other 3 are, your standard, bad seamstress blues falling apart at the seams.
Okay then.
What would you... And you, as I recall, you do have your fire aura on, yes? Okay.
Yeah, I popped that on.
Yep.
Because yeah.
So
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do.
You are presented with 4 of these shambling, horrendous things.
Okay. I am gonna target the zombie screamer who is just literally right next to me. We'll just call him Green and Gooey.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my onslaught ability and see what happens.
Okay. So that's going to be an... Oh, so are you using the physical attack or the mental attack?
Physical attack.
Okay. So then please make me make an ability roll with your onslaught, difficulty 3.
3. Okay. Rolling level efforts.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to literally cut his legs out from underneath him by having flames erupt around his feet and move up his legs in hopes that will prevent him from, hopefully do enough damage that maybe, he will fall down into a pile of, zombie goodness.
Or badness, as the case may be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you do not, unfortunately, manage to impede his progress, but you do get a nice big chunk of his leg taken out.
Oh, that's good.
All right. And that brings us to Ketel.
All right.
What would you like to do?
So I would like to take what remains of my swiped cutlery
Okay.
and egg beater and attack the zombie screamer in front of him.
Okay.
Because this was a very rushed I did what I could in 5 minutes, and unfortunately that wasn't bringing enough cutlery for 7 zombies.
Yeah. Well, this is why you ask for RSVP, so you know how many zombies are coming to the party.
Thanks for the heads up on that one.
Well, isn't
now I had already rolled successfully for the tinkering.
Oh yeah, your egg beater Gatling, your Gatling egg beater was one shot. You only had enough silverware in it for 1 shot.
Oh, I only had so I don't have enough cutlery at all.
Correct.
Okay then. All right. then Tequila is going to drop the egg beater and scurry backwards in terror and load up his sling and try to at least bop him one, because that's all he can think about doing.
Okay. That sling is a light weapon, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Light weapon, ease, short range.
Yep. So go ahead and you're going against the Screamer. So yes, make me a speed roll, difficulty 3. Or actually, you should just be able to click on the weapon.
Yeah, I'm clicking on the weapon.
Good for it. Go for it.
Difficulty 3. What? Okay.
Excellent. Okay. So, minor effect. So, you have your choice. You can either deal 3 extra points of damage, or you can give the zombie, basically, you can hit it in such a way that it is a little bit off guard, off kilter, and it can be basically all of its attacks and defenses will be eased by 1 step until the next round. Or until your next turn.
What if
Mhm.
my minor effect is that as I'm scurrying and stumbling and basically panic throwing, I'm aiming for his head, but I am slip and kind of fall back, and when I release, the projectile goes and hits him where Serafina tore the chunk, and just manages that perfect little fracture, and basically that part of his leg is now gone, or at least unusable. He cannot put weight on his foot because the leg is just sort of it's attached, but the bone is broken beyond use.
Yeah. So I won't say you can have that for the rest of the encounter. That would be a major effect, I think.
Okay, major. All right.
Yeah, but you can definitely it can definitely hinder him, like I said, for 1 round, or you could just do the extra 3 points of damage. It's up to you.
We shall hinder him.
Okay. Then okay, that brings him down to that. Okay. And we're back up at the top. Zell, it's your turn. You got a whole bunch of zombies right up in your face, in your very, very pretty face.
Indeed, I do.
How would you like to deal with this? How would you like to respond to this unfortunate turn of events?
Well, I'm going to go with Plan B
Okay.
because no point using the small crossbow when they're already have come to me. So I'm going to pull my dagger and stab one of them in the face.
Okay. Are you going for the one that your comrades have been piling on, or do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of concentrating firepower.
Okay. In that case, you're going to, you're going to make a weapon roll. Because you're using this melee, it can be either might or speed, your choice. Difficulty 3.
As I feared.
Yep.
Ooh.
Can't
difficulty 0.
Can't even give you a devil's bargain on that one. All right, so you
Nope.
Yep.
Not a combatant.
Yep. So you should not have moved. All right. So you kind of fumble a little bit as you're trying to juggle the crossbow and the dagger, and you end up kind of doing an offhanded backswing that just doesn't. Whatever you were trying to do, it just didn't work. Hereward.
Unfortunately, anybody who could see how uncool I was at the time is fighting a zombie.
Yep.
Ignoring the shrieks of not the face, Hereward looks at the shambler directly in front of him and is like, "You're in my way."
Okay.
And is going to do his level best to freshify this zombie so he can get to the screamer.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
I'm assuming we're still in a fairly narrow
Yeah.
hallway situation, so it's not like I can slip past this dude and
Okay. Make me an attack roll difficulty 2.
okie dokie. Let's actually get in the right thing to. All right. And we'll spend a level of effort to increase damage. Jesus.
Okay. So yeah. You're going for the zombie?
Yep.
Okay. So
This one.
yep. And how much so that's 9 damage. Ooh. So 12 or yeah.
And plus level of effort to up it.
Okay. So oof, I'm gonna say for your minor effect that because you just completely blow through this zombie like tissue paper. So what I will say is you can apply half of the carryover damage to the screamer that's right behind him.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Like he basically just swings through the first guy who
Yep.
obliterates into
And
dust and bone fragments.
and you actually managed to slice through both of them in one shot.
Which is really interesting with a blunt weapon, but
I don't know. You did it.
the
the other
jawbone
one
of the
into the
first zombie
screamer.
got stuck on the head of the mace and it's like slashing the other guy.
He's dead. Okay. I'm using the wrong stupid commands here. Sorry about that. Nope, not that one. Sorry, folks. Okay, so yeah, so that's your turn.
I think you took out the wrong zombie screamer.
I did. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Working on it.
Okay. I'm just plotting my next move.
Yep.
You know?
There we go. And now he's dead. Again, finally. Yep.
Hit him so hard he died twice.
Yep. All right. So that now brings it to the zombies' turns. So hey, how are the
Sorry,
what-
GM, I don't seem to be in the combat list.
Oh, no, you're not. Do you remember what your initiative was?
I was somewhere around Heward. If I want to maybe throw me in somewhere in those zombies,
Yep.
then
Yep. I will actually. I'll.
I just
Yep.
seem to not be there.
I will throw you in right now, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And congratulations,
Woo!
it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to go for the zombie that's still alive in our little section of the
Okay.
thing. Step forward with the blade, my scimitar, and just do a slice up to try and do as much damage as I can on this
Okay.
creature. Okay. He appears to not have any damage. I'm going to do an effort.
Yes. Okay. So yes. So it beats difficulty 2. So yes, you beat it. And yeah, that one. Yeah, he is. So you make a slice, and that's all well and good. You kind of slice off one of his arms, and the rest of the body falls to the ground, but the hand is now kind of
I was an idiot.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep, it's being thing from the Addams Family. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And now, come on. Whatever. Okay. Now it is the zombies' turns. So there's one, Serafina. There's one, kind of looking at you. How would you like to deal with this?
Is it so one of the three to there's a to the right of me on the screen?
Yeah. Yep.
Well then.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I'd like to get the hell away.
Yeah.
I would like to get the hell away from
Okay.
him.
So you are your Shroud of Flame. Is that anyone who hits you in melee combat or anyone who attacks you in melee combat?
I need to double check on that because
Okay.
I am still learning my
Sure. Yep.
let's see. It automatically inflicts 2 points of damage to anyone who tries to touch you or strike you within a melee
Nice.
attack.
Okay. So yeah. So the one stumbles forward, completely oblivious of the usual zombie aversion to fire. And yeah, he and he is still going to try to attack you. So please make me a speed defense roll difficulty 2.
Yay, I
There
got
you
the hell out of the
go.
way.
Yep.
I'm gonna sidestep, kind of backtrack up closer to Zahar, basically.
Okay.
So, like, up there.
So the other two, yeah, actually, just the other two actually come for Zell. So Zell, I'm gonna need you to make 2 speed defense rolls, difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2.
Yep.
1.
Excellent. Okay. You are
Well, at
bobbing.
least I get it where it counts.
Yep. You are bobbing and weaving and getting away from everything. All right.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
Let's see. Yeah, the one zombie up here, with Hereward and Zahar, he's going to go for Hereward because reasons. Hereward, I'm going to need a speed defense roll, difficulty 2, as you attempt to get out of the way of this Zmobby.
Yay, once again, spending nothing because
Don't
want to spend myself 0 in
Yep.
that pool.
Oh! Now!
Oh,
Yep.
and apparently walk face first into the claw.
So, I will say, anyone can spend an XP to allow him to reroll. For those of you watching at home, you'll see that we've added something new to the stat block by every character. That little award down in the bottom is, in fact, how much XP the character has to spend at the current moment. So, that being said, does anyone want to...
I'll do it.
Okay.
I
So-
give my partner an XP to re-roll that thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's try that again.
Left. Dodge. Harry. Repose.
Friendly.
Okay, now you're just fucking with us.
Well, yeah.
Well, we did invoke the Daffy Duck.
We did.
So the Duck of Chaos
Okay.
has blessed us.
Yep. So we're gonna try this and see, because I've been playing around with macros and stuff. Look at that. So yes, you've been dealt 2 damage
Okay.
by the zombie. It starts out at 3. Your armor absorbs 1. As it goes to rake at you, and as you go to turn, it actually turns into a side swing with a fist, and you twist your way right into it.
Yeah, I think at this point Hereward is just sort of grimly stalking forward, like not even really trying to get out of the way.
Yep.
Consciously. So like he probably literally just walked into it and is like, that all you got?
Yes. All right, and Seraphina, it is your turn.
Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna go after that zombie screamer again because I
Okay.
would really like him to go away.
Excellent. So that is a attack roll difficulty 3. Oh no!
Son of a. Okay.
Hang on, since we're going to do nice things for our partners, how about you re-roll that one on one of my XP?
There you go.
Okay.
Let's see, how do I do that on here? Where do you
Just
do
burn
that?
it. You just give up a point.
Yep.
Yeah, and I still had a failure, but at least
Okay, so this does put you in range of a devil's bargain. Would you like one?
sure.
Okay. We have our first devil's bargain of the evening. So, again, for the... Oh, nope, wrong one. Oh, I'm just button happy today. So for those of you unfamiliar with Devil's Bargain, maybe new to the channel, the Devil's Bargain is when a player misses a roll by exactly 1 level, I can trade them, having succeeded at that roll, for a GM intrusion. So, in that case, the attack misses, but you... Let's see. You go alongside the zombie screamer, and Tequila, I'm going to need you to make a speed defense roll, difficulty 2. As all of a sudden,
There we go.
Seraphina's blast is coming right for you.
Yeah. He looks up. What? Taquito's pupils just get really big.
Mm-hmm. Seraphina shouts out, "Duck!" and
What?
and Tequila kind of instinctually, where, and twists out of the
Yeah.
way.
I
And in
have
fact-
a name, damn it.
Tequila, that does in fact make it your turn.
So, okay. Now then, according to, given the layout of the map,
Mhm.
which direction is the stairwell back up to the kitchen, and how far away is it?
It is past Zahar and Hereward and the one remaining zombie in that group.
Okay, so if we use cardinal directions given the layout, and if I go north, that's where the stairs are.
Yes.
Is it intermediate or long distance?
Back to the kitchen is I'd say at least very long.
Very long.
Yes.
Remind me, I apologize. Remind me,
Sure.
like, what dimension, what are we talking about with very
Um,
long?
About something up to about 30 to 35 meters.
Okay.
So
I knew you'd use frickin' metric.
100, 120 feet.
100.
Feet. 100 feet.
Yeah.
Right. And he's only 3 feet tall.
Yep.
So, okay.
So that's like
About a
200
third
feet.
of a football field.
It's
Hmm.
200 taquito feet. But
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. So Taquital is in his own, like, dealing with panic,
okay.
and he wants to go back to the kitchen to get more cutlery.
Okay.
So I want to avoid the screamer. That's the barrier between me, and go to Zahar and Seraphina's their left to get to the steps.
Okay. So you can try to you can just go a normal a short movement normally. You can try to do a long movement with a difficulty 4 speed check, but if you fail it, you still only go you still just go a short. So you might as well give it a shot.
Okay. I mean, give it a difficulty 4 speed.
Yeah, difficulty 4 speed roll.
Speed roll, difficulty 4. Now that he has intent,
Mhm.
I'm going to put in a level of effort, because he's going to try to, not like he has to really try, but he's actually going to duck around, squat and try to avoid the attention of the damaged screamer in front of him.
Okay.
And he fails.
Yep. Okay. So you make it up to the same area with Hereward and Sahar.
Okay. Do you move me or I move?
I got it.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks. So Taquital's feet can't grip on the dirt floor, and he starts doing the Scooby-Doo feet moving but not going anywhere. And once he does, his momentum plows him into the ground, and he basically slides head first next to the now twice dead zombie.
Okay.
And looks at him, and just the dust clears, and he looks, and there's the face of the now deceased again zombie, and he just goes.
Okay.
He's not having a good time.
Nope. All right. Zell, your allies are abandoning you one by one.
I've noticed that. I hope they have some really clever plan on how they're going to finish these guys, aside from running away without me. I've been betrayed before. So, anywho, I'm going to try to stab that screamer again.
Okay.
Hopefully somewhere less air-like,
Yep.
and actually hit some body in the process.
Okay.
Take some lessons or something.
Yep.
All right. So screamer
Attack roll
is-
difficulty 3.
Oof. I'm just not landing anything. Well, that's what you get when you have to defend yourself against 4 zombies at
Well,
once. So,
you are within range of a devil's bargain. Would you like one?
no, thinking about it, it's probably not worth those 2 points of damage I'll deliver to that bad guy.
Fair enough. Okay. All right, Duckman.
Man.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
What are you gonna? You have okay. So you have one pretty messed up zombie still up in y'all's grill, and a somewhat panicking gnome running through the area.
I thought the zombie was dead and the screamer was still up, or
No,
am I?
Or
So-
the one right at the top.
yeah, there's one
This
zombie.
one.
Yeah, this one up here is still alive.
Okay. So I managed to kill the screamer and behind him?
Yes, you blew through both of them.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So I'm sort of visualizing this as like Hereward's mace is literally impaling this zombie in front of him.
Okay.
And he's like, "It's my turn."
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, this is the one that's just the hand.
Oh, just the hand?
Yeah, this is the zombie hand.
Okay. So yeah, he's just going to try and crush it.
Okay.
Um
Attack roll difficulty 2.
Okay, dokie. Let's see if I can make with the squish. Squish, yes.
Squish, no.
Squish, no.
Oh, don't mind me, guys. I've got these 4 guys on my own. Just go on ahead.
Yeah. So you try to bring your mace down on this thing. It scuttles out of the way, jumps up into the air, flips you off, and lands again.
Okay, so we're now in the Evil Dead Part 2.
Oh, yeah.
here.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, let's see if I'm gonna have to dodge pottery soon.
All right. The remaining zombie screamer, who is still with Seraphina and Zell, is... All right, so Seraphina and Zell, I have a GM intrusion up for grabs. Who wants it?
I'll take it.
Okay. Okay, I have offered you the GM intrusion. Oh,
There we go.
okay. And the other one goes to...
I'm gonna give it to Patrick, since he had blown one on me that
Excellent.
ended up still and didn't. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So,
that.
The 4 zombies in this area, in a stunning and really unusual display of tactics, all swarm at you. Now, these are only so great tactics because you're the one that's on fire. Nevertheless, I need you, please. They are attempting to swarm at you. We're going to deal with these 3 zombies as a group, so I need you to make 2 difficulty 3 speed defense rolls. 1 for the zombie screamer and 1 for the pack of 3 zombies.
Okay.
So for the screamer,
Yeah, no, I did not do what I thought that I did. I did not hit the right button.
That's
There
okay.
we go.
oh no. Yeah, that's not even in the range of a
Yeah.
devil's bargain.
Okay. Should I roll for do the second roll?
So, well, give me 1 second here, because I'm gonna try this. And
Noticing a trend with these dice this round.
Yeah, can we get new dice?
So you take 3 damage as the screamer kind of lunges at you and kind of almost hangs on you, despite the fact that you're on fire. And now the other 3 zombies attack you. Please make me another difficulty 3 speed defense roll.
Okay, I made that one.
There we go.
Yay!
I'm gonna go with, since I'd been backing up trying to get towards Zahar, that I tripped over my robes, which slowed me down just long enough for the zombie screamer to tag me.
Yep. Okay. Do something here because my computer is lagging like hell. whatever. Okay, so sorry, folks, having some technical difficulties here over on the GM screen. That brings it to Zahar.
Okay. Since the zombie screamer is now hanging off of Fina,
Mhm.
I'm going to assume, okay, I'm going to take one step towards her to put him in short range.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you do that.
Okay. At which point I hold out my hand
Mhm.
because I'm not about to cut my ally with my blade.
Good idea.
Thank you.
And do Blessing of the Death Goddess,
Okay.
which targets it to wither.
So what does that do again? Can you do me a favor and I think it's Alt click to just put that in the I'll do it. Just to put that in the chat so we can all see what that does.
A target you choose within short range withers, suffering 3 points of damage.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that is going to be an intellect roll, difficulty 3.
3. And
Or just an
Yeah,
attack roll, I
right.
guess. Yeah.
throw in I'm gonna throw in an effort for damage.
Okay.
Jesus.
Wow. I mean, you have XP.
I'm gonna spend one.
Okay.
And let's re-roll that sucker.
Okay. There you
There
go.
we go.
All right.
So I reach out and scream Demir, which in the dialect just means die.
Okay. So we don't have the base damage of that anywhere. So that will be a total of 6 or 9 points.
Dude, it's not.
Okay. If I get the option, I'll go for the 9 points.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. So tell me what it looks like as you channel Urashki and enforce her will upon this zombie who will in fact wither away to nothing.
It's a force of will. You don't really see anything coming from Zahar other than her hand reaching out and doing a kind of like a grasping motion.
Okay.
And it just, because it's a zombie, it is interfering with the power that is animating it.
Okay.
So she cuts off that power and it withers to dust.
Nice. Okay. All right. Now that brings us to the one zombie still up here with the other 3. And it is going to, I mean, it's got its sights set on the duck, you know? So, Hereward, if you would please make me a difficulty 2 speed defense roll.
Sorry.
No, it's what it is. Hereward is just again stalking forward, like just going to smash zombies. So
okay. So yes, it will absolutely it will do its damage. It's got claws into you, and so now it basically has you grappled, which actually may end up being worse for it than for you. But yeah, you will not be able to attack. At least you will not be able to swing your mace next round. Zombie basically has its arms wrapped around you.
it's all right. Dead man wants to dance. We'll dance.
And Seraphina, you now have 2 zombies all up in you.
Oh, I'm still going after that zombie screamer.
No, it's dead.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it
Like-
was hanging
Yeah.
off of you, and then so what you saw this thing's face, and like it actually had its mouth gaping open, and you could see the muscles of its throat.
Ew.
Yeah. And it looked like it was actually rearing back to like get ready to scream in your face. And then kind of from behind, so you first see it in the back of the throat and it comes forward and then it hits like behind the eyes and basically it dusts in front of you from
Okay.
back to front and it falls to ashes in front of you. And there's Zahar behind you with her medallion out like this.
Okay then. I owe you a drink. Okay,
Let's
I
survive
am.
this first.
Isn't that how we got into this problem in the first place?
Hush you.
We survive first, then drink.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, the top one of the two who are right next to me on the screen. This
Okay.
one.
Yep.
I'm gonna target that one with onslaught because fire.
Okay. Yep, that'll be
We're still in a difficulty 3.
no. These are regular zombies at difficulty 2.
Okay. Okay.
Excellent.
I will take 4 points to that little fucker.
Yep. Right. Yep, that one. He's now down to that. Okay. And Tick.
I'm still trying to tick across the floor to get to those damn stairs.
Okay. Make me a speed roll difficulty 4.
Come on. There we go. Four. We'll try another effort because now I'm really freaking determined, but scatterbrained nonetheless. Okay.
Okay. So yep, you make it all the way. You are not quite to the stairs, but like
Oof.
a short distance. You are a short distance away from the stairs. You can get there next round.
Okay, thank you.
And you're also out of the combat. You're out of range of the combat.
Mhm.
Zell. So Zahar finally stepped up and did something. One of the zombies is now dust in front of Serafina. Serafina still has 2 zombies trying to get way too friendly with her.
So since the zombies are obviously facing Serafina and embroiled with her, can I get a asset for trying to stab them from behind? Because hopefully they can't dodge too well.
Absolutely, you can. Yes. So that will be. So it starts at a difficulty 2. You're eased 1 from the weapon, and you've got 1 asset. So you could just hit it for 2 damage if you wanted. You could also roll.
I think I will do exactly that.
Okay. Which one are you going for?
I'm going to hit the one that's already in the red.
Okay. Still not dead. Or still not, dead, but pretty darn close. Hereward, you are somehow being grappled by a single zombie arm. You're not quite sure how this happens,
Okay.
but somehow it has like it and like both of your arms are somehow in a 3-way thumb war. You're not quite sure how this happens.
Okay, so one of those finger trap things.
Yep.
Except live.
Yep.
So Howard is just going to squeeze down on the hand that's gripping his hands and just start, doing the Macho Man handshake thing and
Okay.
just sort of try and crush it
Excellent.
between his mitts.
Make me a might roll difficulty 2.
There we go.
Hey! So you in fact squeeze it and you manage to get the wrist.
Yeah.
You squeeze through the wrist. The forearm and the hand both drop to the floor. The hand picks up one finger, looks like it, it looks like a four-legged beast now looking around with neck,
Yeah.
scuttles over, and reattaches itself to the arm. And flips you off again.
So Hereward does the fourth wall break of just, looks over at the camera and is like, really? Really? Because
And-
seriously,
Yep.
really?
And Zahar, it's your turn.
Okay.
You have now seen this zombie absolutely refuse to go into the loving arms of Arashki. Rather keeping to the not quite so loving arm of itself, apparently.
I scream over, Heward, you got this?
Maybe?
Because you're down in this.
It's slippery.
All right. So once again, I reach out my hand and just do blessing of the death gods.
To
The hand.
Oh, okay, to the hand.
To the hand.
Okay.
Make this thing go away
yep.
if I can.
Yeah, that will be make that roll difficulty 3 or difficulty 2, excuse me.
There we go.
There you go.
Here.
Yes. And it finally, blissfully crumbles. Wrong one. That one crumbles to dust.
In your hands.
Yep. Well, no, it was on the ground. It had just reformed on the ground. And then you hit it and it goes...
Really?
Yep.
I had it under control. Really?
Yeah, well, I was giving you a hand. What do you want?
There you go.
Uh,
All right, we have 2 zombies that are still attacking Seraphina. One of them is actually going to walk straight into the fire and does not come back out. The other one does actually try to attack you. So please, if you would, make me a speed defense roll, difficulty 2. How good that is. Would you like a devil's bargain?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll just make it real easy. You managed to dodge that one, but you put yourself in such a position that it actually manages to take another swing. So roll that again.
There we go.
There you go. All right. And it is now your turn. Look at that. You have...
look, there's a zombie in my face. I'm
Yes,
going
there
to try to light it on fire.
Excellent. So actually, if you're using Onslaught at point blank range, you actually do get an asset for that.
Okay.
For firing at point blank range. So it's going to be difficulty 2 with 1 asset.
There we go. That's 4 points.
Yep. Okay. It is still going. Still going. Tequila.
Come on.
You can make it back to the kitchen if you wish.
Yes,
Okay.
and grab more cutlery.
Okay. So if you want to do both of those things, make me a difficulty 4 speed roll.
And we're just going to straight up roll. And no.
Would you like a devil's bargain?
Ooh, okay.
Love these. I'm so glad I thought of this. All right. So yes, you do manage to get the you do manage to get some components. You will still need to spend next round trying to cobble them together into something. But you are in such a hurry and in such a panic that attempting to cobble them into something will be hindered by 2 steps.
Hey,
Zell! Look at this. We're finally down to like 1 opponent. It's kind of cool.
Well, I'm going to try and change things up a bit and stab this one again.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
it's worked so well the last
Right?
3 times.
Attack roll difficulty 2.
Do I have the same advantage on it?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just smack him for 2 more then.
Okay.
I'm not trusting these dice on my offensive attacks.
Yeah, and so I mean it's a stalwart bugger, I'll give you that. You haven't, you haven't flayed, any more of this you're gonna be able to, make,
What's wrong,
zombie
Frenchies?
cheesesteaks with this thing. And we're back to Hereward.
Okay.
There is still
it's this one that's still up.
Yeah.
Okay, can I actually get to it?
You can, so if you make a difficulty 4 speed roll, you can move a short distance and attack, otherwise you'll just move the short distance.
Okay, let's. Who wants to live forever?
I'd like to be perfectly honest. That'd be awesome.
Nope.
Nope. So you still do make it down here.
Yep.
You just
But the cool, slide under Seraphina's legs, pop up and smack it around just ends with this like scream
yeah.
as his webbed feet just kind of slow down on the cobblestones.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Suddenly gain traction.
You're
Yeah.
a little flat-footed.
yep.
Zahar!
All
There's-
right. Given how close quarters we are with all of this,
Mhm.
I pull my dagger
Okay.
and just try to plunge it into the skull of the last remaining zombie.
Okay. Please make me a might or speed roll, your choice. Doesn't really
Well,
matter.
I actually have a dagger skill.
Oh, okay. The combat? Okay. Yeah, then yeah, roll me that with 1 asset.
Okay, what difficulty?
2.
2, 1 asset. And you know what? Screw it. So I just come up and plunge it
Yep.
right into the skull.
Excellent. We are, amazingly, done with combat.
Okay, now that we're, don't have zombies all up in our grill, look at them like, where the hell did Tick go?
Now, hold on.
Tick!
Well, we still have one thing we have to resolve here.
Oh,
Because, Hereward, you have Bloodthirsty.
One
Ber-
angry duck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Berserk. So,
Yep. So it's a
Easy.
difficulty 2
difficulty.
intellect.
Yep.
And I can't spend points on it.
Correct.
So let's see how this goes, folks.
Excellent. So, describe to me what it looks like as you come out of your frenzy.
Okay, well, I assume he has just done the slide thing.
Yeah.
And the smell of burning dead slowly dissipating, and he's coming back to himself and sort of looks up and he's like, "Hi, Fina. What am I
Hi.
doing on the ground?"
You got into a fist fight.
How's the other guy looking?
they
No,
are
it was just a fist.
zombies.
I I don't need to know about your sex life. Yeah, I can smell them on all of us. Ugh.
Yeah.
Um,
Meanwhile, I still have the zombie who's I've stabbed in the head by the hair.
Yep.
What little hair is left. I drag it off to the side and I take the scimitar and I decapitate it.
Okay.
So I have a trophy basically.
Okay.
I turn to Heward going, you need to go back to the kitchen. We need to burn these things.
oh, right. Yeah. I mean,
I suggested we burn the inn down, but no.
Not
Well-
the inn, the bodies.
Well,
Well-
put him in a pile, and I will deal with it.
Well, that's the next step.
Zahar,
well,
GM intrusion.
Yes, I accept it. Wherever it is, I'll accept it.
It's at the bottom of the chat.
Oh, yes. And to Heward.
So you decapitate the thing. You are, you're kind of holding the head up. You're kind of looking at it. And just for a moment, you're not actually sure if this really happens or if if it's a hallucination. But the zombie actually turns its eyes to meet your gaze, which is really unsettling. And it kind of whispers in a last gasp, "We are coming." And it disintegrates.
Oh, fuck. I retrieved my dagger that was still in the skull.
Oh yeah, your dagger clatters to the ground.
Right. Oh, fucking shit. I retrieved my dagger. I don't share what I just heard.
Okay.
Yet, because we need proof this happened.
okay, so we're not burning them all.
Well, that's why I decapitated the first one. If there's any other zombie that's still semi-intact that we can try and potentially get even a hand.
Yeah, you can in fact get the one the one that's just the arm. Just because I think that's funny.
Handsy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's like
Alright.
permanently rigor mortis into a given the bird.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I grab
work.
that arm, hand it to Heward as he's heading off to the kitchen.
Okay, well, we're first through the cellar. This is a bar,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is there any like whiskey or high proof
Oh, hell yeah,
spirits
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So does the fantasy thing of that there's a back sheath somewhere, put the mace in, handsy in one hand, grabs a whiskey barrel in the other, lifts it up, puts it on his shoulder, and
Wait, Hereward, where are you right now?
I'm in the basement, not
Okay.
in the kitchen yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can hear
okay.
him flapping around underneath you.
I'm also going to suggest, Hereward, that you might take a moment and make a recovery roll.
So, he looks at the whiskey barrel, looks around, opens the bung, and is like,
There you go.
and one action recovery.
Yep.
Or actually, I don't have to click it. I can just.
You get 4 points back.
I get 4 whole points back. Okay. So speed is looking really rough.
Yep.
So we'll sink those into there.
Yeah. You can also take off Frenzied, which will bring your edges back down.
Tags, getting the right
That looks really good. Give me a hit of that.
All right. Yep. Seraphina, you can also anyone who wants to can make a recovery roll at this point.
You better believe I am.
Ooh.
I was trying to use a 1-action recovery roll,
Yep.
not the 10-minute.
That's yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Tequila doesn't realize that combat is over because he's still scrambling upstairs, grabbing cutlery and juggling that on his way back down.
Yep. Are you attempting to tinker these things into a weapon before you go back down or after?
So, what likely goes through his little bitty mind is grab the stuff, get it, realize that he left the egg beater on top of the counter, go back, grab that, run, and he's trying to jostle this, like he's coming down the steps while he's trying to put this together, not realizing, that if he just stopped, he'd be more effective.
Okay.
But it's because he's impatient.
Yep.
And he knows he can do this thing, and he's still at near panic right now.
So you come down to the basement area, and have you been to a hibachi restaurant?
No, there weren't any of those in on that side of Durbo.
Okay, because like what they'll do sometimes is come out with like a literal pony keg of sake, or one of those like wine boxes of it, and is like will drizzle it in people's mouths. So like you come down, Harewood's got like, a good sized pony keg like over his shoulder, and he's sort of like dumping it into everybody else like who wants a drink, like Seraphina and Zahar, and I don't know if Zell partakes or not.
Once again, this is what started the problem in the first place. Zell's just watching this replay itself.
Get Zell and say, yo, you're the best in condition. Drag all these bodies together so Fina can ignite them.
But I'd
Which
like
I've
to
been
say that
doing
all of
already.
this is interrupted for a moment because everything technically settles down because undead things aren't moving anymore. Y'all are catching your breath. Hereward's gone to get, the booze, and then you hear and just this gnome in a snit with shaking, holding the egg beater and random cutlery, going, "Where is it? Where's the other one? Where is it?"
What you gonna do with that thing, little man?
Tequila.
And so
Intrusion.
fine. And then you say that, and that kind of in his like twitch binary stimulus response fires this thing off at you.
Okay, was that the intrusion you had in mind?
No.
Trevor?
Oh,
Does that work as an intrusion? Or...
No, I actually have something else in mind.
Okay.
okay. Yep. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna duck the extra point.
Okay. So
You
Tequila,
chose it, dude.
you are like completely blinded, completely focused, and still, as you said, in kind of a panic. You run straight past them. You
Okay.
run straight past where the battle happened.
So I go from here. Now I'm like all the way over there.
Yeah, you are on the other side of where the battle happened. You are chugging because you're in your brain you're waiting until you see a zombie.
Yes. Yes.
And then you realize that it's gotten very quiet, and you had to have your spectacles up in order to make the thing. So you can't see.
Mm-hmm.
It's very quiet. it's very dark. And from further along in the darkness, you hear, "Help me."
So we have now simply shifted the erratic, energetic intent of the little gnome,
Okay.
because it pings on him that it is very dark, very quiet. Upon hearing he drops the egg beater and sprints back where he came from.
Okay. Make me an intellect check, difficulty 3.
So just an intellect roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Because of everything that's happened since you came downstairs, you're kind of coming out of your hyper focus state, and now you can see that what you ran past that only registered as like rubble or debris is actually like mounds of zombie bits.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, like, back in the cellar, you can see your friends all like,
That just happened, right? Everybody else saw that.
So the camera angle that you actually see, you start from Takeedle's point of view, and it is all like panic and just jumbled and just this manic energy. Then you have a pan back from about 15 feet where you see all of the other characters standing there, and just this little gnome hand right here going, and everybody just like looking and watching, going, being very confused.
Everybody
And now
else,
he comes back, huh?
It's like everybody else saw that, right?
Yeah.
As I'm pulling yet another zombie onto the fire.
Yeah.
Hey, little man, where are you going?
And so now he runs back and rejoins the perimeter of the party here.
don't worry about the tac map. That's
Okay. But Takeedle is extremely out of breath. And he stops and pants for a little bit. What happened?
You left. We beat up the zombies. You came back. You ran past us, and then ran back in here. You okay, little buddy?
Want some whiskey?
What?
Whiskey.
He's never had a drink in his life.
Here, open your mouth.
And he starts to bristle again and start to back up because he's still a bit spooked.
Okay, or not.
As
Or
it-
for us.
Once again, I reach into my messenger bag and throw Takeedle a line. It's worked so far.
And at this point, like, he's too tired to think, so he just bites into the lime, and once again, just the tartness makes his face completely implode, and then the fatigue sets in, and he just sort of plops down in a crisscross applesauce and just sits there with this 1,000-yard stare on him, sucking on a lime.
Does anybody else have like dark vision other than Tick with his goggles?
We're in about 2 seconds going to have a big pile of burning zombie. We could just like use one of their arms as a torch. Or for that matter, Seraphina's on fire right now. She could just go first.
Yeah.
Like we need to scout that. We need to scout the tunnel he just ran into and ran back.
Tick,
Yeah.
did you
Brought
tell
a
them what you
lantern
heard?
with me, as you may recall.
No, I haven't shared. I'm not sharing that.
No, Taquito.
Oh, Taquito.
Did you tell
Oh, yeah.
them what you heard whispered further down the tunnel?
It's gonna take some time for Taquito's brain to sink back into actually like reflecting and processing everything.
Okay.
So if he's asked, he will recall. But right now, he's not volunteering that information because I could take one of my recovery rolls now. Because
Yes, you
that's
can.
what he's doing.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Recovery. Right. Wait, okay.
So do we want to incinerate these guys before we finish exploring down here or after? Because
Let's
this is just not going to be pretty.
Either way, but if they're incinerated, they can't come back.
have a point.
Yeah, we really don't want a zombie pile crawling after us. Like,
We've been flanked once already this evening. It's still daytime today.
yeah, it's like, awful to see just a amalgamated mass of zombies just sort of rolling down a corridor after you.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
So yeah, I'm gonna
Oh, shove to the side, light to fire.
yes.
I dragged them a bit closer to the stairs in the hopes that there's like some air current that'll waft the smoke up into, that nice end above us.
But not too close to the stairs because
Because we need to exit the stairs. Yes.
Well, and also we don't need to light the inn on fire because this is how our luck's going.
I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to lighting the inn on fire still.
Okay.
Okay.
Or thought. We take the pile, we shove it into the entrance of the tunnel, and light it on fire there.
But don't we go down the tunnel? We haven't finished checking it out yet.
Anything that's coming up will be hit by the fire.
But don't we want to go down the tunnel?
Tick, make
Do we?
me an intellect roll difficulty 3.
Who?
Tick.
Hmm.
Just a straight up intellect roll.
I was gonna say, am I hearing is this this is the conversation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we're discussing incinerating zombie
Okay,
corpses
yeah.
while you're sitting there recovering.
Yes.
Yes, the finer arts of arson are being debated.
Okay. No, you are still yeah, you are still kind of coming down. You can kind of make random pointing gestures, but you have not yet regained the power of coherent speech.
Oh, yes. So I perk up. The Taquito perks up hearing the discussion, and just sort of starts to gesture and just kind of throwing his finger towards the tunnel.
So Harewood still has Hansy in one hand and does this with the zombie hand.
You are such an ass.
Okay, they're in a spot. They're not going to incinerate the rest of the building because apparently that's a thing. So, Seraphina, if you would be so kind. Unless you would want to add some of that whiskey if he thinks it's actually alcoholic
No,
enough
no,
to
no,
contribute.
no. That's a waste of good alcohol. We're fine. And I said enough fire to make sure that it gets nice and hot so that it burns down fairly quickly, but doesn't like spread.
Okay. Okay. You have now a burning pile of zombie parts and are just hoping that the wind is in your favor down here in the caves.
That's a smell that's not going to come out of my feathers for a while.
Yeah,
Well,
So at this point, whenever Tequila sees the fire actually going,
Okay.
is when the brain cells click and work.
Sure.
And he stands up and goes, No, wait a minute. Down the tunnel. When I ran in there, I heard this. Someone was calling for help. But I was too spooked, so I ran in the other direction. It hasn't been a good day.
No, it hasn't.
someone or something.
I
Well,
couldn't
it wasn't
tell you. I
screaming,
just heard
so
a call for
it's
help.
probably okay.
Okay.
I pick
This
up the
is speaking
lantern.
at the same time.
It's like you're
I pick
married.
up the
or something.
lantern, head towards the cave. Come on, guys.
Hereward looks over at Zahar and is like, "Well, we're gonna do this thing," and tucks the zombie arm into his belt and starts walking.
I follow behind Heward,
Okay.
as always.
I follow them.
So you make your way down the tunnel, and you come to another little cavern, empty space in the cave, and you see. At first, you see what just looks like a pile of bloody rags, and then you see it just shift very slightly, and you can hear it again, whispering "Help me" from the pile, and you can see
Perception check.
now that you okay. Difficulty. We'll call it a difficulty 2 with more information at difficulty 5.
Fine. Just gonna do straight, no effort.
Okay.
Never mind. It's a pile of rags. Pile of moving rags.
Well, no, you do. Oh yeah, okay, yep, got it. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think I'll get in on that.
Go for it.
Base difficulty 2.
Yeah, I'll do it too. This will be interesting.
We just wanted. So that would be what oh, poor Heward.
Oh, Howard, it's just not your day.
No, it's not.
Nope,
Would that be
nope.
a straight intellect check?
No, yeah, if you don't have perception, it's a straight up intellect roll.
Nope.
So, Zell, you can see that what you originally thought was a pile of bloody rags is in fact shaped like a human, but it's not. It's moving like an injured human. It doesn't seem to be moving like an undead, like a lost.
So I hunker down next to it
Okay.
with the lantern so I can see this person a bit better. Can you get it to move?
So you draw back the rags, And you see in front of you, you see a large person who looks like they have had like several bites taken out of their flesh and then had it either cauterized or some other kind of, skimmed over so that they don't die. And it takes you a second because that can't be right. But no one else that you know of in this town has a red beard that big. It's a Sheen. Now
Who did this to you?
And now is when I'm going to cash in Hereward's intrusion. He slumps into unconsciousness, not being able to give you any useful information.
Move the minute. Is the Zahara is trying to process this dude going, we just left him at the jail.
While Hereward's going, so why are you talking to Laundry?
How much further does the tunnel go?
This seems to be the end of it.
Oh. Which would perhaps lead me to believe that the individual we were dealing with upstairs was not the real one. That's great. We got to get this guy out of here. There's no way he's going to live if we leave him.
I would like you all, please, to make me a perception check, difficulty 4.
Could I use seeing through deception?
No.
Difficulty what?
4.
Perception check. Do I just straight up intellect since I don't
Yep.
have that?
I actually got
Again, Hereward is wondering what the big deal over a bunch of laundry everybody's making.
Oh, and now Taquito's got the one.
Okay.
Just remember, ones make for great storytelling.
Yes, they do.
Oh, have we been telling stories?
So, Serafina and Zahar, you managed to catch a glimpse of something over in one of the little, out curves of this chamber. And you go over and there is pieces of what look to be a fighting tabard. Zahar, on this tabard, and kind of, it's not completely in tatters, but it looks like it has seen combat and not fared well.
Mm-hmm.
You see part of the symbol of Ishun.
My face, as much as you can tell with her dusky pallor in the light of Serafina next to her, goes pale.
Okay. Do you bring it back to the group?
Oh yeah, I pick it up.
Tech, something strikes you as familiar in the fabric that they just brought back. And you take it and take a look. Not so much take a look as take a feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's not possible. Or if it is possible, it's very, very, very bad. This is fabric made from a plant that only grows in one place on core. That would be Verkbar Mount.
The what?
Verkbar Mount.
So wait, Zahar, is this your laundry?
This is the Dark One symbol.
It's not your laundry. Okay.
This is not good. He's here. His followers are here.
Well, yeah, undead. So
But
yeah.
one of his warriors, not just one of
Right.
his minions, his warrior.
Oh, okay. Well, the job's not done. Still got some heads to crack then.
We get this guy out of here.
Okay.
Tick, are you sharing what you've...
So, yeah.
Okay.
Is this being passed around?
I'm holding it.
because I have
I've
to
got
feel-
a death grip on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you kind of, you tried to grab it away from Zahar, and instead you just kind of pulled it down.
Yeah. So I pull it like a towel dispenser, and I feel it, and Tequila has a flashback of the days before, or no, because that's, never mind, wrong person. So he doesn't have a flashback. Well, he has a flashback, but he does, but he can't place it. He has no context for what he is perceiving.
Yep.
But it's something about Ferkbar Mount, and he's holding this, and his eyes get really big. It's like, this is only on my grandfather's mountain.
Yeah. This is made from Glen fiber. You are 100% positive.
Okay. So since I actually rolled a success on that, and my parents are weavers, would I have actually seen this fabric before ever?
So here's what we're gonna do. I will say that for 2 XP, for a short-term benefit, you can be familiar enough with Glen fiber, from what you heard from your parents, that you would be considered trained in knowledge about it.
I think I'm going to leave it at it looks vaguely familiar,
Okay.
but not enough to be able to place any details.
Okay. So yeah, Tequila, this is absolutely Glen fiber. It only grows on Verkbar, and yeah, you have a flashback that is not a flashback because it's not yours. You are seeing from the perspective of someone. You don't know who, but you can see they are walking through a field of Glen, and they're just kind of passing their hands. It's a tall plant. It looks a little bit like wheat, but instead of having the wheat berries at the top, it's just kind of smaller leaves, so it kind of looks like a wheat stalk with the head of a pineapple, but not quite as spiky. But you know that those fibers, and you don't know how you know this.
Mhm.
The fibers from the top are actually incredibly strong, and are used to make battle tabards, and other things of that ilk that need to be that need to be durable. You are whoever's eyes you're seeing this through, is kind of waving their hand across the tops of the glint plants as they're walking, and you can see, if you had to guess, it looks probably male and middle age, and that's when it fades. Actually, no, I'm sorry, no, one more thing. This person looks up across the fields and out, out past the slopes of Verkbar, and in the very distance, you can still see the top of the Citadel of Kalva. That's when it fades.
So Tequila doesn't, he is experiencing this vision, but because he's chatty, he's not he's not put in that point of view's narrative. But all of a sudden, in kind of a trance, folding this fabric, Tequila starts going off on what's it called again?
Glin fabric.
Glin or Glyn? Glyn.
Glin.
Got it. And Tequila announces, "This is the fabric of Glyn. This is what the Mount Verkbar is famous for battle tabards. It's the strongest fabric known to all of gnomedom. This has protected Verkbar for eons and generations. This fabric is the fabric of royalty," and just starts going on about it, and until the vision fades, and then his commentary with it. But now everybody's been given a history lesson on what the hell Glyn fabric is.
Yep.
Including him.
So it's Tequila's laundry.
He kind of looks at Hereward, looks at the fabric. Close enough.
Okay. So magic
Is it
underwear.
strong enough to help us carry this guy out of here?
It's not larger.
Bad. No.
Yeah, you have basically like the bottom half of a fighting tabard.
I yank it out of Tech's hands, just shove it in my messenger bag for the moment. And given that I am basically of a height with Zal, loop one of whatever his name is, Sheen's arms over my neck.
Yep, I get the other side.
And we just carry him out.
All right, I got the legs.
Okay. So the three of you do manage to, with only a little bit of difficulty, get Asheen out of the tunnel and back into at least the cellar.
No, left. The other left.
No, you have to pivot your end. God, this is like a couch.
It's not that difficult.
He's kind of squirmy.
Don't bend him that way. He's kind of fragile. So yes, you do manage to get him at least back to the cellar. Getting him up the stairs might be a bit more difficult.
And out of character, is that really the smartest idea?
Well, let's get him some water.
Okay. Um,
We can always kill him after we get him out of here.
Well, getting him out of here may kill him, so win-win.
Tequil's
I
not
get him
paying
to- I get him
attention
to
to
drink
any
some
of
water.
this. All the way up, Tequil's not paying attention to any of this because now his focus has clamored on to this. Was it a? I was trying to think in his father's shop growing up. Oh my God. This was it a pouch? Was it a cloak? Was it something that was made of this fabric? And now he's he's verbally just trying to connect the pieces on what he's seen. And maybe that was something, but now it was a long time ago and he can't remember. That is all y'all are hearing in it throughout this entire time.
okay. Taquito's gone by Egon. What have you got left?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Zell, you are getting Ashin some water and
Yeah.
at least
Get him
trying
some
to,
water.
Yep.
Try to get him to even if I could just get his, swallowing reflex to operate to get some water into him, because that usually helps.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that you get him that far. Actually getting him healed to any great extent is going to involve a heal check. Which if you're not familiar with that, it is an intellect check. The difficulty is equal to the number of points that you want to heal.
I do have a healing kit.
Then that will provide an asset to the roll. Yeah, so yeah, you manage to finally get a little bit of water down his throat. He the first couple of times you try, he almost immediately coughs it all back up. You finally get a little bit to stay down. He does not seem to recognize you, and Zell, given the impression that you made.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the not real head of the guards has to be dealt with.
How do we know which one is real?
The one with the bites out of him, who isn't all angry at us for what we did to his bar last night. That one's the real one.
Not sure I'm following you, but okay.
I
Yeah,
will
but
say that Zahar's goddess is just the goddess of death.
Hmm?
Zahar's virtuousness is not right or wrong. It's just what is right for her goddess.
Yep.
So whichever one the goddess claims, she's okay with.
Oh, if he dies on his own, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy was down here with those zombies. Whoever summoned the zombies left him down here with them. Since there's a second one of this guy around, it's probably him. And likely his wife
Okay,
too.
and then somehow ate his form?
Yes. That would
Okay.
be my guess. I don't know how magic works, man. But because we have seen this guy already today, correct? Not
Yeah.
down here, not eaten.
Right.
A little less bitey, but yes, we have seen this guy.
And you definitely did not see he definitely did not pass by you.
GM,
Yes.
given the fact that I've been fighting these things for 10 years, will I have some knowledge that this is how the warriors of Ishun assume form?
Well, I think.
Or is this a new aspect I haven't come across before?
Well, let's make that a GM intrusion.
Okay. And where the frick did my thing go? Not there. I have somehow managed there it is. Okay, hold on.
Mini screens.
Yeah, I accidentally moved the screen. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to give it to. Okay.
Okay. So you think about this and kind of without even consciously thinking about it, you phrase it as a question to Ereshki. What is this? Is this how his warriors work? And
Unconsciously grabbing my medallion.
yep. And you feel the world fall away for a moment, as you have gotten used to when your goddess wishes to communicate with you.
Mhm.
My champion, this is unknown even to me. If this is power that the Dark One's followers have obtained, it is powerful and dangerous indeed. I am afraid that I must add on to your quest, that you must find the source of this power and destroy it. Not only for my good, not only for your good, but for the world's good. This can change the balance of power for everything. The vision fades, and you kind of your vision kind of blurs back into still to the cellar.
Your will be done. My life is yours. Which Heward has heard me say before. Which tells him that I've just been given direct.
Got another message, huh?
Fuck. She has never seen this. And it disturbs her.
That really doesn't sound good.
My quest has been added to.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're already not getting paid for this one, so
No.
So, Cena, have you run into anything like this in regular Magic?
I'm not sure. So can I roll, let's say, magic training to see if
Yeah. Let's make it a magic training roll difficulty 4.
yes.
Ooh.
Very nice. Excellent. Okay. So you and here's where you are given pause. Because yes, this is magic, but not magic known, as far as you know, to any human. This is a kind of magic that has been used, however, by the Celestials.
Well then. Relay all of this. It's like, okay. Now I've got to go through like a celestial. Is there like a celestial pantheon or something to that effect to be able to narrow down
Not
which type or like which type of celestial would?
Oh, okay. So not as far as your research has been able to discover. But actual human knowledge about that is relatively few and far between. Yeah, you have never come across anything like that, one way or the other.
Okay. So I guess this goes into the list of shit I need to track down because yeah.
Okay, so there is one advantage that we have right now. It'll be brief. The guy upstairs, out in the jail right now, I imagine, doesn't know we know this.
True.
That'll give us the briefest advantage when we need to take care of it. Just tactically speaking.
Right.
So he has given us the not guy has given us until sundown to fix the tavern.
Yes, and he doesn't know that we have been in the basement. At
Right.
least unless he's, gone upstairs and is hanging out waiting for us. In which case we could just murder him immediately.
So
That'd be
we
my suggestion.
could take this time before he comes to see how we have done in repairs and heal up. And then when he comes to look, we jump him.
I could use another drink.
You know,
We
we've
could
got
set
more
his
than
inn on
an
fire,
hour
he'll come
until he
looking for
shows
us.
up. You know, we've got more than an hour. Because I'm assuming this has taken GM about an hour of our time this morning.
Yeah.
You guys rest up. I'll start straightening up upstairs, assuming once again he's not waiting up there to murder us once we get upstairs.
So have we gotten the real, I will remember his name, Asheen. I've got it written down. I just Asheen to the point where we could get him upstairs. Is he stabilized enough?
He's stabilized enough that he's not dying on you like here and now. Some first aid would probably be good in order to get him, like, to move him any further, especially upstairs.
Yeah, if we want to sneak him into his bed.
I was gonna say I've got the healing kit has a collection of bandages, thread, and basic medicines.
Okay. So
it gives me an asset on a healing.
Yep. So give me in order to just kind of, patch him up enough that you can move him without severe risk of death. Call that a difficulty 3 healing check, and your healing kit gives you an asset.
I have survival skills or intellect.
It's intellect.
Difficulty 3, you said? And then an asset because I've got the kit.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
You know that experience point you gave me recently? How about you use one of those and try that again?
No, the tourniquet's too tight.
There.
Okay. And who spent the XP for
Doesn't
that?
go on the head.
I did.
Okay.
Even I know tourniquet, not on neck.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So what actually happened?
Hearing my goddess in the middle of the day. Okay.
Yeah. So what happens? You actually fell back on kind of the lessons that you learned growing up in Saga, which usually use, because you had a lot of fabric available to you. The healing and first aid techniques that you learned there are very fabric heavy. You have tourniquets, but they are nice, thick, well wound, and you get like a tenth of the way into it, and you are like quickly running out of fabric to use. And Zell, that's when you jump in and kind of impart to her a little bit of the battlefield medicine wisdom that you gleaned, and that kind of sets you straight. So yeah, you now can he could probably walk with significant assistance, like basically, one arm around, each arm around one person's shoulders, which would still be a little bit difficult on the stairs. But it's probably worth a shot.
Okay, and this means though that we are not going to plan B of setting the inn on fire if we're planning on taking him upstairs so that we can try to heal him further.
No.
Ideally, yes.
Well, that would also kind of negate the element of surprise of,
It's a little bit.
you know.
Yep.
I don't
we-
think he'd be surprised if we burned his inn down, or at least the duplicate of this guy.
No, but it
Being
might
kind of par
clue
for the
the,
course with our behavior so far.
the duplicate in on that we may suspect some things not right here.
And
Yeah, we don't want to rush things.
and really,
So
I mean, if this is a duplicate, if this is the real Ashin and the person that you've been dealing with the whole time has been a duplicate, then really you'd be burning down an innocent man's inn.
Yes.
And that's a little bit low even for you guys.
It's always time to set new standards for ourselves. So we'll see. So we slowly drag him up to his room.
Okay.
Get him into bed. Once again, get some more water next to him and
Yep.
some food of some sort.
You
And
do
try
this
to get him to
slowly.
sleep it off.
Yep, you do this slowly and carefully to make sure not to injure him.
Weekend and Bernie's him up the stairs.
Pretty much. And when you can't all fit up the stairs abreast, you're either going sideways or he can crawl, but that's about it. So yeah, you get him to his room, you get him to his bed, and he as you turn to go, Zell, he very weakly reaches up and takes your arm as you're going to leave.
So I lean in.
What how long have I been gone?
I'm not sure. It's been a little bit at least.
What is the date?
A good question.
So yeah, it is okay. So it is the 23rd day of whatever the third month is, and I come up with them and I don't remember where they are. You tell him
It's the 23rd.
he kind of leans up a little bit and looks out the window. Of what month?
Inn's month. How long were you down there?
Two months.
Jesus.
They kept me barely alive. Tortured. Fed off of me. Not enough to make me one of them. Not enough to kill me. No matter how much I begged. And he looks up at you, and there's this look of halfway between determination and surrender, which is a really odd combination. I begged for death, and they
Of course.
would not grant it. There was a purpose. They kept me
Your
alive.
suffering will be avenged. Trust me. How many of them were there down there with you?
I
Or
don't.
one of them or two?
Different numbers at different. Never really sure.
Okay. Well, get some rest. We're going to take care of this for you.
Thank you. It is good to have heroes in Riverhead again. That was totally me twisting the knife.
Oh. So unconsciously checks his horns as he stands back up. Well,
Yep, you're still a horny bastard.
that's right. All right. They've been at this for months. We don't know how many of them there are in the town. They've buried themselves in like ticks, most likely.
That's
So we'll have to
grim.
figure out how we're going to tell who they are. And this guy is in charge of the guard. So there's a good chance a bunch of the guards are going to think that he's the legitimate ruler.
Right. And are we gonna tell that poor bastard some undead fiend's been banging his wife for 2 months?
That's between them.
And for once, it's not Zell.
Wait a
Maybe
minute.
she'll learn some things. Who knows? She might already be dead and replaced too. So we'll have to find out.
Didn't you sleep with her?
No, that's what I told other people. What I did, well, maybe some heavy petting, but that's another story.
That's grim, man. Even for you, that's low.
All right, so
I never said I was a nice guy.
as this banter continues, you I'm assuming are you actually cleaning up and straightening up the tavern?
Yes.
So my plan is we will
Resting.
baling wire and duct tape things together to make them look like the broken things have been fixed.
Okay.
But as soon as somebody like puts a mug on the table, the leg's gonna fall out from underneath it and collapse. But we'll make it look like it was cleaned up.
Okay.
It'll be the town of Rockford,
Yep.
So
or Rock
we're
Ridge.
totally
Yeah, Rock
half-assing this.
Yep.
Yes.
Maybe even quarter-assing it.
Yep.
Okay.
Since
Um,
I don't need to rest, I will be taking care of as much of this as possible while the others get themselves into into fighting shape.
Yes. So can we take a 10-minute?
Yeah. You can take
Hour?
you can take up to your hour recovery rolls. And the way I do it is I let them stack. So if you take an hour, you can use your 10-minute roll as part of that hour.
Awesome. 6.
Wait, what's the?
It-
How do I implement that?
So just go to the combat tab and just use whatever recovery rolls you want, and the amount of time that will have passed is whatever the highest amount of time is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. I'm almost fully healed then.
Excellent.
3. And then
That last
Another-
point is because I've been drinking while we were doing this.
4,
Okay.
so that's 9
So,
points up.
Tequila goes over to help Zell, having sort of regained his faculties, and
And actually
having
having
a
skill at
little
doing things.
bit, huh?
And actually having skills at using his hands.
Yeah. And having a little bit of awareness of what happened whenever he made a dart to the for the stairs to go back up to the kitchen. And at least like take some of the pieces and manufactures this sort of half-assed but better than most people's three-quarter-assed joinery.
Okay.
So that just it strengthens everything. It's still like, window dressing,
Yeah.
but it's not going to fall over when a breeze comes through.
So after you've been at this for a couple of hours, it actually occurs to you that this is probably taking at least as much time as just fixing the damn tavern would take. But it's up to you.
Well, it depends how damaged the tavern was.
Either way, it will take you most of the it will take you almost until sundown to get this place presentable one way or the other.
And since Tick's there, if he actually knows how to fix these things, we can just do that.
Yep.
He's okay with that. He's like this was basics 101 when he
Okay, because
was
I'm
knee-high to a knee-high grasshopper.
because I'm still unfortunately way too depleted to be able to try to actually use my magic to fix shit.
So Takeedle winds up doing a majority of the fixing, and Zell does the placing because, well,
And the whole place has to be broomed up and everything
Yep.
too.
So here's the question. The spring that you guys were here to investigate, if the rumors that you've heard are true, because the blood and hope moons are both full tonight, they will rise as the sun is setting, and whatever concordance thing is going to happen at the spring will probably start right around then. So do you stay in the inn until sundown, when presumably Ashin or something like him is going to come and check on you, or are you going to make your way to the spring? Don't everyone speak up at once.
Has the pull that I received that brought us here, pulling me more towards the spring or here?
Now that the threat that is here, the immediate threat has been dealt with, you are here for the spring. You especially.
Right.
That was your mission.
Okay. So I need to go to the spring tonight. Regardless, what you all do.
When the fake innkeeper comes back, he will probably check his room. He will probably murder his double or torture him some more.
I have no choice.
How far away is the spring?
Did I actually write that down? No, it is, it's about half an hour's walk, southeast of town. It is still close enough that is where Riverhead got its name. But it is not built at the spring. If it was at one point, then if even half of the rumors that you've heard are true, they would have up and moved. At least this far away. Far enough that they can try to forget what they saw.
I'd like to make a solving problems with multiple solutions roll.
Okay.
Because Takeedle realizes that with his ability of persuasion and to see through deception, can triangulate what the best distribution of who stays and who goes.
Okay. I'm going to make that, because of the circumstances here, that is going to be a difficulty 6. Now your training certainly comes into play for that.
Right. So task E's final difficulty is 5. I'm gonna put
which skill is this based on? Your perception?
It's an intellect roll. Takeedle is specifically trained in figuring out problems that have multiple solutions.
So wait, what do I do to share that on the screen?
Hover over the name in the skill list and alt-click.
Alt, where are you?
There you go.
There. Okay. So base difficulty 6.
Mhm.
I'm going to throw 2 levels of effort.
You only have one.
Oh. I'm still so used
I
to
know, right?
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Are we though? Are we?
Now I will. Okay. Ooh.
Dude, you have some experience there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saying.
Use it. Use
Yep.
it, man.
Yep, doing it again.
Yep.
I
Just-
would totally give you some if you
No,
needed.
no. I'm good. I'm good for this one. We
Just hit
doing
the-
that again.
Just hit the reroll button.
Oh, just hit the reroll
Yep.
button.
Wow.
Okay. Um,
How do we fire virtual dice?
Foundry, like, can we like open up an IT ticket here of like
We
dice
should go through that
cursed?
log and see how many ones we rolled tonight.
Oh my god.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Well. Oh. Well. We'll do that. We'll do that count in the
Real
after show.
dice.
If you want to see what the count is, tune into the after show.
Is that even statistical at this point?
I mean, that's 1 in 400. I'll tell you that for nothing. So are you gonna? You can keep spending XP if you want.
I have one more. There.
There you go.
Oh.
Zero out that XP.
Yep.
Oh wait, should I change that in the top or should I leave it alone?
No, in the XP, the actual XP box, that's what you go down to. That's what you take down to 0. That's your in-game XP.
Okay, tier effort XP, zero that out.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
All right, here, Ray, take one. I'm just giving you one now, so you have one.
Why, thank you.
Because the cock up cascade has been royally boning us tonight, so
Well, so I mean, we could say that Tequila's still also not firing on all cylinders after what happened, and like suggested that Zahar stay here while Hereward goes there, and Zahar just looks at like, did you not understand the word I said? And he goes, wait.
I mean-
No. Okay, so you stay here, and he leaves the room, and
And I make sure he doesn't leave.
you're right.
and Hereward's just kind of drunk and recovering from a PTSD episode too, so he's probably not firing on all cylinders either. So he's just like watching the back and forth, like,
Okay, so Ray,
and just drinking another beer, like, oh, okay.
so Ray, take 1 XP back because Hereward spent your second one for you.
Thank you. Got
Well,
it.
no,
Yep,
Yeah,
you
that
donated it.
works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so for deal, okay, so we're going to try to basically sort out.
what the
It
best?
might be, is it actual magical shit, which means that I really should go.
So the unfortunate solution to the best solution to the problem, Tick, unfortunately, is because you don't know what magic is going to be involved at the spring, it would behoove you to have the whole party there. Now, that being said, there are things, obviously things that you could do to bar the fake Ashin's way should it decide to go up to its room and see what's going on there. I will leave what that is.
He's
up
not
to-
getting up out of bed anytime soon.
Yeah.
So we can, wedge the door shut or something.
Yeah, and there was
That seems like the best choice. See
No.
whatever's going to happen at the spring, come back and deal with them in the dark.
and I remember there was a Mumbers play about, putting an eyelash on the door to make sure nobody disturbed it. So, Tick, hold still. I need an eyelash.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so if we're gonna try to actually bar the door from inside, then that means that somebody then has to like climb out like the window to be able to get out of the room.
Oh.
Just saying.
Well, there's two of the smaller individuals.
I also have a climbing kit and I'm trained in climbing.
There you go.
Well then,
Fabulous.
Well, I could rig the door so that it actually opens up from the other side, but it doesn't look like that because I know how to rig things. And actually, if I'm not in my right mind, but I could create a series of obstacles and distractions for whatever that thing is, so it doesn't come up to the room. I can be very persuasive.
You know what?
Sounds good to me.
And
I
yes,
just blink and look at Heward going.
Matt and Ray just take an XP each just for fantastic roleplay. Because you get that sometimes.
I'm gonna look at it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Acting. So that's no on the eyelash.
Wait, just
And the hand is coming closer.
The feathers! The feathers!
the flapping.
All right.
Look, it's not that bad. Doink.
So Tequila
No.
is offering to stay and like sort of rig the place and just try to play goalie and keep whatever that is away using his persuasion skills, chattiness, streetwise, everything. He's going to pull all of those tricks out.
I think it's way easier just to bar the door shut and we all leave. He'll assume we did a half-ass job cleaning the place up and took off out of town.
and there's
If none of us are there when he gets back, he has no reason to expect we're going to return and kick his ass.
Okay. So, and there's a very distinct possibility that he's going to actually end up being at this convergence thing if it's related to the zombies. And
True.
so,
Right.
So let's bar the door to the basement. Just because he'll notice all the dead zombies or the pile of ash. Not that the whole place smells like it, but nonetheless.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
You managed to do that with no real difficulty. Zahara, you bar the door to his room from the inside and just shimmy down your rope, no problem. And you all go down to the spring. Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. So you get there a few minutes before sundown. You have a few minutes to prepare. Is there anything that any of you would like to do specifically before whatever's going to happen probably starts?
I actually step aside, go into, as Ray calls it, crisscross applesauce, hold on to my medallion and just go into a slight meditative grounding and centering.
Okay.
Skyfather, we will face
until we're actually in some sort of combat, I am not going to turn the Shroud of Flame back on because I would like to not announce our presence.
Okay. So the spring itself is far bigger than a pond, but not probably big enough to actually be called a lake. It is a large pool, and you can actually see, every once in a while there is actually a bubbling up of water. So this is obviously fed from something from underground, but you don't know what. It's actually relatively peaceful here, which is an odd contrast to what the anticipation is of whatever is going to happen. And as the sun sets and the blood and hope moons start to rise, the blood moon tinged red, the hope moon bright white. And as you look, they start, the colors of the two moons start to fade from one to the other. And the hope moon grows ever redder, and the blood moon grows paler. And those hues are reflected, not because of the reflection of the moons, but they are nevertheless duplicated in the spring. And the water begins to glow almost in the same kind of dark glow, Zahar, that your sword does. And you start to see in the trees, as it is dark, you see first one pair of red eyes, and then another, and then another, and then many, many, many more. And that's where we'll call it for tonight. That, ladies and gentlemen, was episode 2 of Echoes of the Undying, title to be announced because I didn't know how this was going to go. So, all right, so we are going to get out of here. I am actually going to say this somewhat, not completely facetiously, because I'm just starting to get that way. Like I said, like, subscribe. As of the beginning of this broadcast, we were at 199 subscribers. I think getting over that 200 hump would be really, really freaking cool. But, that's just me craving external validation. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to come back and do our after show. That'll be up on YouTube tomorrow night. Oh, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for joining us. If you want to do that, want to see that, tune in to YouTube tomorrow night, 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern. In the meantime, for Matt, Julie, Ray, Patrick, and ECAT, I am Trevor, the Vitruvian Meeple. Have a good night, everyone.